Hello and welcome to this new lesson in which we are going to do some brainstorming. What is this? Okay, brainstorming can be defined as a discussion to produce ideas, and it's a technique to develop creativity. It works like this. Various people give some random ideas to help generate more ideas, which in turn generate concepts, words, or things that can inspire them when thinking of what they can do. This is the reason why I consider this to be one of the best options when doing character design for yourself. As there would be no one telling you exactly what he wants, it's a good way of coming up with your own idealization of what you want to do. As I said before, these ideas will be focused on character design. So they don't have to be related one to each other, but you'll need some kind of consistency if you want to develop them later on. For example, if we are working on character design, there should be some connection. As you can see, I'm writing some words or concepts like people, stuff, animals, even aliens. Character design actually covers a lot of ground, so you can create, whatever you want. Seriously. For example, I just added words like fantasy and horror. Regarding aliens, there could be some other options. For example, they could be aliens could be on Earth or they could be from another dimension. Don't know. There are a lot of TV series nowadays which don't seem to have any kind of limits. For example, Rick and Morty. This one is very famous, and they came up with a lot of crazy stuff that can only be due to sheer imagination. And what about cars? Okay, we have cars or phone, just inanimate objects. We could play with these in the sense that we could give them some human personality. Regarding horror, I'm thinking of beings that are terrifying, like vampires, phantoms, or werewolves. Don't know, there are a lot of them. Regarding fantasy, I'm thinking of beings that live in the woods, like unicorns or fairies. Beings that show up in classic fairy tales. And what about people? This is more difficult because there's just too much we can do with people. I'm going to write, for example, scout. We could also think of a boss. I think there is no limit to it. Actually, it's, for example, let's think of teacher. Actually, I like this concept. Anyway, we just have to keep developing without stopping. In staff, as I said before, we'll find inanimate things. And that can be very fun because trying to give personality to something that isn't a living thing is an interesting challenge. For example, giving personality to a pencil is more difficult than giving it to a kid. I'm just writing here things that I have on my desk, like a computer mouse, an eraser, pencils, papers. This depends on each person, that's up to you. Okay, let me tell you this. If you take a blank paper and start writing things, I recommend you filling it entirely. There's actually no end to coming up with ideas, and you can expand this as much as you want. For example, from inanimate objects, I'm going to write things about organic things, like food. Okay, how about this? I'm going to try to give a human personality to food. What could I come up with it now? Okay, okay, let me see. I could think of this as something from a TV series or a pet for a product. I could take this even further and depict the food as a monster. As I said, guys, that's up to you and it depends on how you want to represent it. Okay, what about food for commercials? Yeah, there could be a food character for 4 different commercials. Yet it's just an idea, but I'm not really convinced. So I'm going to keep writing. Okay, another possibility could be some kind of incentive, like a job, or there could be some social relationships between the characters we are going to develop, as there would be more than one. So remember that I said before that I liked the concept of a teacher kit. So right now I'm cycling what I like. I think I develop organic characters from non-living things like food. So I'll create a group of characters that go to the same school and are food. So here we can choose between having all kinds of food and having a specific subset, like only veggies or fruit, or only meat. But I don't like so much the idea of having all meat because it somehow conveys a violent idea, whereas the veggies are colorful and could make it easier for us to develop them much more. Yeah, because they have a lot of colors and so on. Yeah, I like them more. All right, so we got this now. We're going to design a group of characters from the same school, and these characters will be the teachers and the students, as well as vegetables and fruit. Yeah, it's a bit crazy, but I like the idea. So let's go to the next lesson. See you in the next one. Bye!